Good afternoon, sir.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll put it in mute and we will wait for the.
Okay, sir. Okay. Sir, start பண்ணிடலாமா sir?
Yeah, we can start, sir.
Okay. Good evening to all. On behalf of PG and Research Department of Physics, Jamamum College, Tiruchirappalli, I extend warm and cordial welcome to one and all gathered here for a 3-day online faculty development program on teaching, learning, and evaluation in the digital era. Today, the last day of the FDB program, I take this opportunity to introduce our today's resource person. Our resource person, Dr. P. Muthupandi, Assistant Professor, Department of Education, Madurai Kamaraj University, Madurai. He completed his PhD degree from Manonmani Sundarnar University, Tirunelveli in the year 2010. He has 12 years teaching experience. He authored 2 books, namely Modern Trends in Techno-Pedagogy, Blended Learning, Opportunities and Challenges in Higher Education. He published 2 books, namely Kalviyil Alavidalum Madipidalum, Teaching Biological Science. He has presented 40 papers in the national and international seminars. He has published 15 papers in the reputed peer-reviewed journals. His area of the specializations are educational psychology, ICT in education, statistics in research, innovation in teaching learning. He is a member of Indian Association for Teacher Educators. He is a member of Inspection Committee, National Council for Teachers Education, Southern Region, Bangalore. He is an University Observer for B.Ed and M.Ed degree examinations, Tamil Nadu Teachers Education Society, University, Chennai. With this brief introduction, I invite our today's resource person, Dr. P. Muthupandi, to deliver a lecture on online assessment tools. Please, sir. Over to our resource.
Yes, sir. Sir, good evening to all, and I'm happy to have the session in the evening because if it is after the lunch, it will become a problem for the learners as well as who is giving the session also. In such a way, I'm very thankful to the coordinators or organizers to arranging the session in the 4 to 5 like this evening session. So at the outset, I'm very thankful to the organizers of Jamal Mohammed College of Education, especially from Department of Physics, head of the department, and other organizing members of this FDP. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your words about me. And so this is another 60 minutes we are going to be with you. I think I am audible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. Okay, so the next 60 minutes we are going to be with us. So I'd like to share my presentation also. This is my presentation. Yes. So online assessment tools, online tools for assessment. Yes. So online tools for assessment. Here, before going to assessment tools, so we have to know what is assessment and what is test, what is measurement, and what is, so these kind of terminologies we have to know that. So that's the purpose why I am I'm sharing these things. This is the comparison between the classroom in the past and the present. As we know, maybe we are around 30 participants here. We may not have this kind of modern classroom in our own days. Okay, when we were as a school students, we might not have this much of digitally enabled or technologically enabled classrooms. We might not have, but we may have a classroom like under the tree. But now the thing is different. Everything is digitalized, technology based classrooms with LCD projectors this and that, writing pads, interactive whiteboards. So many digital gadgets are ruling the classrooms. So this is why this is the situation we are now here. And even I can quote three things. One is, in those days, we people, our forefathers followed Gurukula system, where the teacher will be at his or her own home. The students will used to go to the teacher's home, and the students will stay there along with the guru, and whatever the guru tells, they'll follow the thing, and whatever the guru assigned to work, they used to work on it. Okay, that was Gurukula system. And after sometimes we may hear about Thinnai and home tuition, like the things where the students will remain at home itself. The teacher will go to the student's home or the student's Thinnai, so-called Thinnai, and they will teach the thing. It was happening some days. So here the students remains at home. The teacher will move to the student's home. And so nowadays we are following, not nowadays, maybe before COVID, we were following that we, both teacher as well as student, gathered in a common place called as school or college or university, and the real teaching learning process was carried out. So these are all the three things: Gurukula system, and Thinnai or home tuition, and the our own school or university college system. Now the things are totally different. Okay, teacher, you need not move or you need not go to the college. You be at your home. Students, you need not go to the college. You need not go to the university. You need not go to the school. You be at your home. So let us join virtually, and the teaching learning process will goes on. So this is what nowadays going on. So in this condition, see, most of us maybe belongs to the first category of classroom, and myself, I belongs to the first category of classroom. And so my initial stage, my school days, I did under the tree, and I finally I did my PG and all at Trichy. I did my PG at the St. Joseph's Trichy. So this is the case. We have our own experiences in the classroom atmosphere. So I would like to start the session with this quote from a famous philosopher, a psychologist, an American philosopher, John Dewey. If we teach for today's students, okay, if we teach to the present generation students as we taught yesterday's, okay, if we teach for the present generation students just like as we taught yesterday's, it is nothing but we are cheating them of tomorrow. இன்றைய மாணவர்களுக்கு நேற்று எனக்கு என்னுடைய வாதியார் எப்படி கற்றுக் கொடுத்தாங்களோ அப்படிதான் நான் கற்றுக் கொடுப்பேன் அப்படின்னு நம்ம நினைச்சோம் அப்படின்னு சொன்னா, இன்றைய மாணவர்களுடைய எதிர்காலத்தை ஏமாத்துவதற்கு சமம் இல்ல, ஏமாத்துறோம்னு அர்த்தம். இது எல்லா காலகட்டங்களுக்கும் பொருந்தும். This is applicable for all situations, because everything is changing day by day, or week by week, month by year by year. Everything is changing. Okay, even in the COVID-19 period, I'm away from Madurai city. I'm in the campus now. I'm my residence also in the campus Madurai Kamaraj University. Even for the last 3 or 4 months, I didn't get into the city Madurai. So if I go to get into Madurai, sometimes it is different. It is different atmosphere after COVID-19. This is what happening. Not only in the atmosphere, not only in the ambience, not only in the thing. So everything is changing day by day. Okay, சொல்லுவோம் மாற்றம் ஒன்றே மாறாதது அப்படின்னு சொல்லி. So அது மாதிரி everything is changing. So in that scenario, we have to change our methodology or everything, even assessment technique, everything we have to change according to the needs of the society or according to the changes happening in the world. So this is the thing. And this maybe the previous sessions you might have heard that from 0080 to 17,015, in that period knowledge doubled in 17.5 centuries. In those days, if a knowledge of X, knowledge of a human being to be 2X or 2X something, we have to wait for 17.5 centuries. Then only that the knowledge of a human being will double. And in 1750, 19,000 knowledge double in 150 years, and 1950 to 2000 knowledge double in 550 years. After 2000, every knowledge doubles every year. But after 2020, it may be knowledge double every month. It may happen. So this is the thing, that we are living in a knowledge explosion world. Okay, we know the difference between explosion and multiplication. Okay, this is explosion, a large amount of explosion. And nowadays we are facing this kind of atmosphere at home. We are all sometimes even the four parents, they are not excluded. Even sometimes four parents also, they are very busy with electronic gadgets. Okay, so this is the thing happening nowadays with our we are all, including ourselves and our children, even our grandchildren, they are all busy with electronic gadgets. This is what happening. And nowadays we are all busy, so busy with mobiles and laptops and electronic gadgets, till to go to the bed. Not even go to the bed, even go to the deep sleep, we will be busy with the electronic gadgets. That's what going on. Because normally most of us may have the habit of, after going to the bed only, we will check the WhatsApp messages and we will check the mail. Okay, that may be official or personal, maybe academic things can be that, but this is a present scenario that we are facing. And this is what happening nowadays. Not only in so while you are seeing the boys and girls, it may seem that see, it is happening in the developed countries. Not only in the developed countries, even in countries like India, in countries like developing country also. So our people are very busy with electronic gadgets, and they have no emotional touch with the neighbors. This is what going on nowadays. And these things are happening. A father of a family is asking, hi, dear sweetie, how was the school today? Normally, normal days, the reply might be like that: yes dad, it was fine. Sorry, it was too bored dad. Dad, today one of the resource person named as Dr. Muthupandi came to class. It was too boring, like that. We used to tell. But nowadays it will be like that. Oh, see, dad, why are you asking to me? You just go and see my blog, and you just go and see my web blog, or go and see my website, and or please go and see my WhatsApp status. You can understand what was happening in the classroom. So this is the thing we are facing. And in those days, the teaching learning process was teacher centered. Whatever the teacher said, whatever the teacher said, that was believed, that was agreed by the students, whether it is true or false, whether it is wrong or whatever may be the thing. So this is the thing. This is a teacher centered thing. And now it is learner centered. So whatever the teacher told may not be correct. So nowadays the learners are having so many opportunities to gain knowledge. That's the thing. Not only the teacher. Here the teacher will become one of the resources. So in those days, teacher was the only source. Whatever the teacher tells, if the teacher tells that the sun rises in the west, it was believed. Okay, it was agreed. Then the students will think of that. So the sun rises here in this side. So this is west, because my teacher told that. Now it is not like that. Even sometimes if we are talking about some Nobel laureates in the classroom, while we are talking about the Nobel laureates, simultaneously the student may interact with the Nobel laureates in the live chat. Being within the classroom itself, he or she may be interacting or chatting with the real Nobel laureates. This is what happening nowadays. Okay, so now they are having so many avenues to learn. See, like video conference is there, mobile instruction is there, learning management system is there. See, mentoring, peer chart, digital library. So this and that, we have so many things. So this is a reason. And so today's learners are technology enabled learners or digital communicators, or we can say n number of things, multitaskers, multimedia learners. So they are doing well. They are having so many developments in the field of technology, digital. Okay. So see, nowadays we are very device independent. Okay. So we have a new generation of learners. We have new learning environments, because in those days when I was in my native village, while I was doing my school days, I did my schools in a government school of my village. So in those days I have to wait for evening 6 o'clock to read the newspaper. Okay. You see, my village is having only two buses. One will be in the morning by 7 or 7:30, and the next bus will be the last bus. Only two buses. So it will be in the by 7:30 p.m. So I have to wait for 7:30 or 6:30 p.m. to read the newspaper, daily newspaper. But now it is not like that. Even in the same village, everybody is having more than one mobile. See, one or two mobiles with three or four SIM cards. They are all having 2G connection, 3G connection, 4G connections. So everything they are having live telecast, live television. They are seeing in the mobile itself. So this is what that's what I'm telling, that we are living in a new learning environment and a new learning media. So that's why we are in the need of new generation of teachers, new methodologies and strategies, and also the new mode of assessment too. Okay. So accordingly, the change what is happening in the society, accordingly we have to change ourselves, because the main objective of the teaching learning process is to equip the students, or to equip the citizen to fulfill the needs of the society. Okay, that is the main core objective of teaching learning process, to equip the learner to face the society. Okay. To become a we have to, that the student should become a dependent, not of dependent. That student should be a independent learner. They have to survive in the society. So that's why whatever the changes happening in the society should be adopted by teachers also. That's why we are in the new mode of assessment. Okay. So this is why assessment. We have to assess. Otherwise, we cannot understand what is happening and what is wrong with this. Okay. So if I'm handling session for 1 hour, one and a half hour, something. So after completing the session, sometimes I may phone I may ring up to the organizer and may ask the organizer that whether my session is how was my session, whether it is okay, or whether is there anything to change in my lecture, in my way of lecture or my language. Is there anything to change? Likewise, I have to ask. Then only I can improve myself. Okay. So everything, this assessment is a key component of learning, because it helps students to learn. And when the students are able to see how they are doing in a class, they are able to determine whether or not they understand the course material. Okay, that is important. Without understanding by the students, okay, if there is no understanding in our teaching learning process, then what is the purpose of our teaching? There is a question mark. So in that sense, it can also help the teachers also, students to know where they are, and the teachers to know whether the methodology is okay, it is correct, or whether the methodology has to be changed or something. So the assessment can be used both by the students as well as the teachers. Sometimes it can be used by the administrator also, academic administrator also. But we are talking about the students and teachers. So for students to know where they are, whether they have understood or not, whether they need some more improvement or not, such things. But in case of teachers, we have to know whether our objectives are fulfilled or not. Okay, whether we have attained, whether we have achieved our goals or not in the classroom. So that is the thing. So this is why, because we need assessment. So while we are talking about the terminology assessment, we used to talk about the test, measurement, and evaluation. These three terminologies are different. Test is nothing but an instrument. Okay, a question paper, that is a test, an instrument, or a systematic procedure for measuring a sample of behavior. But measurement is nothing but the process of obtaining numerical description of the degree to which an individual possesses a particular characteristic. Measurement, numerical description, like he has achieved 90 percentage, he has achieved 85 marks, 95 marks, 20 marks. So this is a numerical description of attainment, that is measurement. Okay. And regarding the evaluation, evaluation is not a numerical attainment, but it is a things like a verbal thing, a qualitative assessment. We can call it as a qualitative assessment. It is a systematic process of collecting, analyzing, and interpreting information to determine the extent to which people are achieving intended or expected outcomes. Sometimes we may have, so see, have scored good mark. This is evaluation. Okay, see, or he has scored 48 marks. This is measurement. This is the difference between the measurement and the evaluation. If the person is being quantified in number, it is called as measurement. I have scored 48 marks. I have scored 98 marks. This is measurement. I have scored first class. I have scored second class. I have passed. This is evaluation. Okay, these are all the difference among the test, measurement, and evaluation. So these are all the difference between assessment versus evaluation. So these are all the theory things. So I'm not getting into that, because I would like to have I'd like to go for a demo, like yeah. So I cannot provide a hands-on experience. If it is a face-to-face, or if it is a laboratory, we can go for a hands-on session. Since we are not in a face-to-face and we are not in a laboratory, some of us may be through mobile phone, so that I can give a demo on that, how these tools can be used in our assessment process. These are all the difference between assessment and evaluation. So if you are interested, you can go to my website and you can download this particular presentation and you can make use of it. Like, you can learn, or sometimes you can see in the first slide, I may put Dr. P. Muthupandi, Assistant Professor, Department of Education, TDE. You can change my name and you can use the whatever you call, maybe PowerPoint presentation or PPT. You can use the same presentation in your class. You are most welcome. I am for open source. I have so many presentations in my website. I'll give you the address of my website. If you go to Google, if you type Muthupandi MKU, it will give you my website, muthupandi.net. That's not a problem. So these are all the theoretical things. I give it to you. You can go with that. And this is what is assessment. So the word assess, so comes from the Latin verb assidere, meaning to sit with. So this is nothing but we as a teacher, we have to sit with the students to assess the level of attainment of the people. So that is the thing. So that is the objective of our assessment. So in assessment, one is supposed to sit with the learner, we the teachers. So this implies it is something who do with or for students and not to students. Okay, this is the thing. And so assessment can focus on the individual learner and the learning community, maybe the class, workshop, or other organized group of learners, and the institution or the educational system. And the process of documenting, assessment is the process of documentation, usually in measurable terms, knowledge, skill, attitude, and beliefs. Okay, this is the thing. And it is we have seen assessment is the process of documenting, usually in measurable terms of knowledge, skill, attitude, and belief. In education, is the process of gathering and interpreting or recording and using the information about people's responses to an educational task, and how much task is being attained by the learners, and how much of the task to be attained by the learners. So these are all the objectives of assessment. So only by assessment only we can assure that we have achieved, the students learned this much of goals and this much of the objectives and goals. So that's reason we are in the position to have a assessment. Okay, so normally there will be two kind of assessment. One is the formative assessment, and another one is the summative assessment. Okay, so this formative assessment is nothing but the goal of formative assessment is to monitor the students' learning, to provide ongoing feedback. Okay, that can be used by instructors to improve their teaching as well as to improve their learning, the learning of the students. So these kind of formative assessment are used to improve their attainment of the objectives, or in order to improve their learning, in order to improve their our own teaching, this formative assessment is being done. Okay, so for the betterment of the learning, so we are doing this kind of assessment. If I go to the example, you will be very clear. And summative assessment is nothing but which the assessment is being done at the end of the program, maybe end of the semester or end of the year or end of the course, whatever may be. So the goal of summative assessment is to evaluate students' learning at the end of an instructional unit by comprising it against some standard or benchmark. So this is summative assessment. Okay, so formative assessment is nothing but an ongoing. It helps the students to know their strength and weakness and target areas that needs to be improved. Okay, so in doing the formative assessment, we focus on the strength and weakness of the students. Okay, that's why we are conducting term examinations, not term and examinations, term examination, revision examinations, or even while we are taking sessions in the class. During the class, we used to ask the students that are you with me, can you understand, do you know that, can you say what I have told, can you differentiate this and that. So this kind of questions we used to ask. This is because of, in order to for the formative assessment, the ongoing process. This is the refinement of the learning, in order to refine the learning, that's all. At the same time, it helps the faculty to recognize where the students are struggling and address problems immediately. This is formative assessment. And summative assessment is nothing but used to evaluate students' learning, whether the learners are acquired the particular skill or sorry. And at the conclusion of a defined instructional period, typically at the end of a project, unit, course, semester, this is what this is what the summative assessment at the end of the thing. So by this kind of assessment, we are not going to refine the learning. So by this assessment, we will fix whether he is qualified for the next level or not. Even in the yeah, please. So this is the problem, sir. I am audible. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
Yeah, because here there is no power.
Yeah, no issues, sir. No issues.
Yeah, there is a power cut. Still, I'm having UPS. I can get the internet connection also. I hope it will support us. No problem. So that's why I just switch off the desktop, because I can save the current. So that's the reason why I had a small disturbance. No problem. We will continue the thing. This is summative assessment. So by this summative assessment, we will decide whether the particular participant, but particular student is qualified the present level or not. That is the thing. And so this is the difference between formative and summative assessment. So this formative assessment is assessment for learning. Okay, for the betterment of learning. This kind of assessment is for the betterment of learning. But this summative assessment is nothing but for the assessment of learning, how much he have learned. Okay, so by that we cannot go for strength and weakness and all. So we are going to assess whether he or she are acquired or not. That is the thing. Okay, so that is the difference, main difference between formative and summative assessment. Normally formative assessment will be in the classroom assessment, and summative assessment is term and examination. Sorry, 1 minute. ஆனா கரண்ட் போச்சு போல. எனக்கு பிரச்சனை இல்லை, அந்த எல்சிடி ப்ரொஜெக்டர் ஆஃப் பண்ணிருங்களா? ஆஃப் ஆகாது, அது யூபிஎஸ்ல தான் இருக்கு. நீங்க யூபிஎஸ் ஓடுதான்னு பாருங்க. சாரி, ப்ரொஜெக்டர் இல்லைன்னா ஆஃப் பண்ணிருங்க. ஓகே, ரைட் இருக்கு. Okay, so this is formative assessment and summative assessment. So actually we are conducting one faculty induction program of UGC HRDC. That program is going on. So I'm the coordinator for that faculty induction program. I'm taking charge of that HRDC of UGC HRDC of our own Madurai Kamaraj University. So in order to improve the learning of the students, this is the objective of formative evaluation, and summative assessment to find out the level of objective attained among students. This is the thing. So this is the example. Usually when we are involving in cooking, while we are preparing a sambar, so during the preparation we used to check whether the salt is okay, whether the karam is okay, or see, these kind of things we used to check. If there is if there is less salt, we may add salt. If there is more salt, in order to refine the sambar, we used to add something, or we will do something in order to refine the quality of the sambar. That is formative assessment. See, summative assessment is just like that. After every preparation, we used to put in the dining table, and maybe if there is a competition, we used to put in front of the judge. So the judge will taste, and he will tell that, so this is the salt is less, and this is spicy, this is so spicy, this is so soft, this is not good, like that. He will comment, or she will comment. So that is summative assessment. Okay, so this is the difference between formative and summative assessment. And so everything is this assessment or everything based upon the Bloom's taxonomy. Even so the people who are involved in teaching learning process, maybe in arts and science college, we may not talk about this man Benjamin Bloom's taxonomy. So this is the core area of classification of educational objectives. The man Benjamin Bloom classify the educational objectives. So under 3 domains. One is cognitive, affective, psychomotor. Cognitive means, so the mental ability, heart. We used to call it as 3H. Okay, so cognitive, and then affective. Affective means affections, feelings, which is related to heart. So the first one is related to head. The second one is related to heart, affective domain, and the third one is related to psychomotor, that is what is called hand, the power, the physical activities. So these 3 domains, based on these 3 domains, he used to classify the educational objectives. So like knowledge level, comprehension level, and so application level, analyze level, synthesis level, and evaluation level. So he is the man, Bloom's Benjamin Samuel Bloom, 1956, and he classified the educational objectives. Usually while we are taking the question paper, we may not know that what kind of verbs can be put for what kind of assessment, whether we are going to test the knowledge or not. If we are going to test the knowledge of the learner, we have to use this kind of words: list, state, record, define, relate, recall, repeat, underline, arrange, describe. So if these words are in the question paper, it means that these words are responsible for testing the knowledge level of the learner. And if you want to test the comprehension level of learner, we have to explain. So we have to put this kind of words in the question paper: explain, translate, identify, restate, discuss, tell. We may find everywhere discuss and explain, discuss, explain, enumerate, translate, like that. So this is not like that. So we have to go for this Bloom's taxonomy. So based on this Bloom's taxonomy, we have to structure the question papers, because every question paper should have all the level of testing. It should have some knowledge level testing. It should have some comprehension level testing. It should have some application level testing. It should have some analyze level testing. It should have some synthesis level testing, evaluation level testing. See, these terminologies are these verbs should be used in the question papers. And after some years, the student of Dr. Benjamin Bloom, okay, named as Anderson and Grathwohl in 2001, they have revised the Bloom's taxonomy, because in Bloom's taxonomy, the Dr. Benjamin Bloom classified the educational objectives at this level. So knowledge, understanding, application, skill, like this. But this man Anderson classified the educational objectives in different terminology, like so remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, create, in that thing. So we can have the like this. This is the original terms which was developed by Benjamin Bloom. So knowledge, comprehension, application, analyze, synthesis, evaluation. This is a hierarchy. So knowledge is the basic level of educational objective, whether evaluation is a higher level of objective. But in case of Anderson, Anderson is is a scholar of Bloom. That's why he published this kind of taxonomy as a revised Bloom's taxonomy, not in the name of Anderson taxonomy. Since he was a scholar of, he was a student of Bloom's, he named this taxonomy as revised Bloom's taxonomy. Okay, so remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing. So here application, here applying. So this is the thing, noun form and verb form. So synthesis, evaluation, evaluation here is creating. This is the change happened in the revision. And so technologically speaking, these are all the assessment tools. Hot potatoes is there for assessing the people by online as well as offline. Google Classroom is there to assess the people. Google Forms is there. Socrative is there. ClassDojo, Kahoot, Edmodo. So these are all the things. These are all a few things I have mentioned. So we have a large number of online assessment tools. We are not going into that, because we are provided with 60 minutes alone, only 30 minutes, sorry, 1 hour. So in that period we can focus a little bit. Okay, so the remaining things I'll give it to you. You can develop, or you can see, everything is learning by doing or learning by observing. Nowadays it is saying that learning by YouTubing or learning by Googling. This is the terminology nowadays. We are so learning by doing, learning by observing is becoming as learning by Googling, learning by YouTubing. So this is what going on. So these are all very few applications that we can get into that, and I can give you a demo. So hot potato is nothing but a software, a open source. It is not a trial version. So while we are talking about trial version, open source, or open educational resources, I used to tell about only one example. If I discuss with you this example, you will be very clear about open educational resources. Okay, so everybody, we are using Microsoft Office. Okay, am I correct? So in my sense, there are 64 participants are attending in this faculty development program. So in this 65 participants, if I go and ask among all 65 participants whether you are having Microsoft Office or not, what will be the response? Invariably, the response will be yes, I am having Microsoft Office. Okay, yes, I am having Microsoft Office. This answer will be the thing. Okay, But in case of how many of you having original version of Microsoft Office? So here it becomes a question mark. We are having Microsoft Office, but we are having original version or not, that's the problem. Okay, we are all using 99% of us using pirated version, illegal version of Microsoft Office. We can use LibreOffice or OpenOffice or Star Office is there as open source. We are not using. So these are all the tools that we can use for assessment of the people. So this is the hot potato is one of the tools. So we can go to the website and we can download the hot potato app. So this is hotpot.univ.ca. It is a Canadian university. So I'm going to the website. Yeah, it is going to some Firebox something. Yeah, hotbot.uvic.ca. So I'm going to this this website. So see, this is a software that we can download the particular software. This is hot potato 7.0 installer. So just I'm saving the file. I'm just downloading the file. Yeah, so these are all the things. So it can be downloaded. So we may not wait for the downloading process. So this is hot potato. So this is the way we have to install the thing. So we can run the program, and after downloading we can run the thing. So this is hot potatoes version 7 is a freeware software that enable you to create interactive web-based exercises for several basic types, whether it may be objective type or descriptive type or match the following or fill in the blank. Like objective tests can be objective kind of assessment can be done through this hot potatoes. Okay, so this is hot potato. I think it is being downloaded. Just I'm installing. Yes. So this is the way we have to install the thing. Yes, it is a very a small software you can download. It is a open source. That's why I didn't pre-install this. Yeah, now it is installing, and now it is installed. So I'm just launching the hot potatoes. This is the shortcut of this hot potatoes, and it is asking the username initially. I can give this. And so this is a language, you know, that use English. So this is the home screen of hot potatoes. This is a quiz, how a quiz can be created by using hot potatoes, and how a crossword can be created through using crossword, and match the following, and this is the fill in the blank one thing. So this is a combination of other things also, JMix. So now I am just opening the J quiz. So now I am creating a quiz which can be conducted by offline also. Okay, so J quiz offline, in the sense we have to transfer the particular file in offline, and it can be conducted through offline. So beginners mode, yes. So this is the quiz I'm creating. So maybe the title of the thing is I can give quiz on ICT competency. Okay, this may be the first question. So the one of the below is the input device. Okay, so I may give like this, maybe monitor or something keyboard, or something like yeah, maybe printer, or maybe yeah, something else like a RAM. So I have to check, click which is right. So if it is this right, I have to click this is the correct. Sometimes we may have more than one correct answer also. Sometimes in some cases, in such case we have to click both the things also. Some such things. So this is question 1, and we can go to question 2. So this is the thing. So RAM is maybe read and memory, and so random access memory, and the maybe like maybe something. Okay, you can give, and this may be the correct answer. We have to check. So likewise we have to go question number 2, 3, 4 and things. We can save the file. We can save as a project file. This is working file. In future we can add some question, we can delete some question, we can change the maybe the options. 4 options we can change. So this is called as working file. We are not going to send this file to the students. Okay, maybe I can put it like this: temp quiz. So I can and now I'm just storing in the desktop. So this is the working file. I can close it, and after some days I can open this quiz file, and I can this is the question 1, this is the question 2, and I can add question 3, and this may be the options, and this may be the answer, and I can put save. It will be saved, and we can close, and I can. So this is a working file. And like in those who are from computer science, you might know, you even C or C++, this is the compiling process. There's a coding process. So finally we have to export thing. So likewise we can export the file as a HTML file also. This is the working file. We can go for file, maybe create web page and standard format. So I'm also saving this as temp quiz, maybe HTML, or temp quiz to student. I'm just putting this name to students. I'm just desktop. I'm saving this. Okay, nothing. So now I'm opening this. This will become a HTML file. I can open through Google Chrome or some other app also. So it will be like this: quiz on ICT competency, see monitor, keyboard, printer, RAM, these things will be there. So if I select keyboard, okay, so the one of the below is the input device. So it is keyboard. Yeah, so correct, your score is 100. Question completed so far 1/3. And it will move on to question number 2. RAM is nothing but read and memory, random access memory. Maybe this may be the correct answer. If I choose the wrong answer, it will tell sorry, try again. And if you choose the correct answer, it will tell yes, correct, your score is 83%. So it depends. You have answered your question at the very first click, it will give 100%, 100 score. And if you click the correct answer in your second attempt, it will give you 83%. It will click the correct answer in third attempt, it will give you accordingly. The ratio is fixed. So this is the way we can create a quiz, and we can send a particular file. So this particular file, this particular file called as this HTML file. It will be the edge symbol, or Windows Explorer symbol, or Microsoft Explorer symbol, or it may be sometimes you may have a Google Chrome symbol, or Firefox, or whatever may be the thing. So this file can be sent to the students, and we can they may be assessed themselves. This kind of assessment can be done through this hot potatoes. So this is for quiz. And likewise we can go for a maybe fill in the blank. Like this is the title of the fill in the blank. So fill in the blank. Okay, this is the thing. So maybe so keyboard a normal keyboard or a regular keyboard, is having maybe 104 keys. Okay, so this is the fill. This would be in the fill in the blank. Okay, so I have to select the answer, and I have to put the gap. Okay, we can give some clue. Maybe we can give it is more than 100, like that. It depends upon the question. We can give some clue. That's the thing. Sometimes we may have some alternative answer also. If there is an alternative answer, we can give alternative answer 1, 2, 3 also. Okay. So this is the thing. So now we can save the file. Save, and so temp. So this is called as fill in the blank. No, so I can give FIP. Fill in the blank. Save. This is the working file. Okay, I can change in future as I have mentioned earlier. So I'm just opening. Likewise, I'm just create a web page, standard format, and maybe temp FIB to students. Save. So I'm just opening. So this file can be sent to the students. It can be viewed by Chrome or Explorer. So a regular the keyboard is having maybe 120 keys. Check. Your score is 0%. Here we can give some hint also. So if you want to say a hint, then like this. So hint more than 100. This is the hint or clue which can be viewed by the candidate who is applying attend the quiz. This can be done. So likewise, we can go for a crossword. Okay, this is a J cross. So this may be A P P L. So likewise. Okay, so this may be and this may be pipe. This may be peacock. This may be a peacock. So this may be a clock. So this is, see, here we can add clues. For example, it is for apple, we can add that is a fruit. Okay, so likewise we can add is a fruit. Okay, and a clock related to time. Okay, and like peacock, it is a maybe a national bird of a country. National bird of a country. So likewise, we can, maybe this is an ant, I think. So an insect. Likewise, we can give clue, we can save, and we can save it as a working file. Like so temp. I'm just putting temp crossword. Save. This is the working file. And likewise, I can convert the file into HTML file, and I can send it to the students. Okay, so likewise, this is to students. So this will be like this. I can give this an insect. Yeah, go for ANT, ants, and it is a fruit. I can go for APPLE, apple. Enter. Okay, correct. And second one, this one. So it will be like this. Okay. So we can send it to the students, and we can access their own level. So this is what hot potatoes can done. Likewise, match the following. So I'm not going into that because since the time is very less, so I can simply get into the online tools. But because I can go to simply directly to the online tools, sometimes some of us may not have, some of us may be a genius in the field of evaluation and assessment and other things, and some of us may not be a may have in the initial stage of things. So in such a case, we have to cope up with others also. That's why I didn't go directly into the session. Okay, you try to understand my thing. So this is what a thing, and I am moving to the PowerPoint presentation, normally called as PPT. And so this is the thing. This is about hot potatoes. You can learn, and assessment can be done through so this is the assessment online assessment tool is at least 3 hour session. So it is I have to cover within 1 hour. So this is the present situation. So everything is in my presentation. You can go to that, and even by using Google Classroom, you can go for assessment. You can conduct some quiz or some subjective type of assessment can be done even through Google Classroom if you are interested. Okay, and even so this is since it is associated with the Google Forms, you can link the Google Forms with the Google Classroom also. We can, by going to this place, create, we can give some assignment, quiz assignment, question, material. So this kind of things can be done through by using Google Classroom. And this Google Form, you know very well, nowadays we are very familiar about Google Forms. Okay, so because it's a part of Google Drive, or we are all having Gmail ID. So these are all the things. For that purpose, we are very familiar with Google Forms. Okay, so these are all the things. Even Google Forms alone, I can go for 2 hours. That much of things, sir. So if I go through 2 hour session, I can cover only 5 to 10% of the Google Forms. That is the thing. Try to understand me. So this is a step by step pictorial presentation how a Google Forms can be developed. So here also some genius may be there among the participants. So I'm not for the genius. I'm for the beginners. Okay. So these are all the dependent variables, study variables. So linking the Google Form with the dedicated website, we can link the free website, or we can link the Google Form with the social media. We can create some quiz, and we can go for some subjective as well as subjective assignments can be done. We can link with the Google WhatsApp also. And so this is by for example, we can, if we have a dedicated website, we can link with your website this assessment things, and we can create your own website through by using wix.com, and you can host the link in the wix.com, or you can create your own blog and you can do that in that blog. Okay, so these are all the things. If it is mandatory field, we have to give them as a required field. If it is not a mandatory, you need not have a mandatory field. And so these are all the things. We can download the master table in digital form in Google Forms, because in Excel we can get the results or answers of the people. So it is, since we can disseminate the questions through digital, we can obtain the answers of the people in digital form. So it is good. Google Forms, it's good. We can use not only Google Forms, we can use Typeform, or Monkey Survey is there, or there are so many. Zogo survey is there, Zigmo survey is there. So there are large number of online assessment tools. Okay, 1 hour is not enough. Survey Monkey, Typeform, ClientCardBeat, Zogo survey, Survey Zigmo, Survey Planet. So these are all the things. And one more thing is, we are all faculties development program. So see, we are all self-learners. Nowadays, self-learning is the best way, not only because of Corona. So we are all very familiar to technology only because of Corona. Otherwise, we might not turn into technology. sometimes it may took another 5 to 10 years to go along with technology. So in that sense, don't mistake me, in that sense we are very thankful to that COVID-19. It makes us, including me, not only the participants, including me, it makes us to go with technology. Okay, there are positive things and negative things to be discussed. I'm not worrying about that. I'm not going to discuss about that, but this is the thing. So why the Google form is better? It is giving unlimited survey, unlimited respondents, and survey answers or data are automatically collected in Google spreadsheets, and lots of themes. We can add some logos, we can add images, we can add videos, which cannot be done through paper pencil test. So we have seen exams. If you are in your semester exam, you cannot have insert any videos, or you cannot have, you can insert some images but not in color pictures. You can insert something. You cannot insert some music in your paper pencil test, which can be done through online. Okay, so your logo can be in order image, videos. So we can go for some logical branching. For example, there is a question like, are you interested in watching TV? So if he is interested, we can go for which kind of channels. Or if he is not interested, we can skip that area. We can move on to next area. Okay, that's a logical branching can be done through Google Forms. And embedded survey into email or website. We can add collaborators. We can add, it is 100%. This is the thing. And these are all other tools. Kahoot is there, Summative is there, Quizlet is there. You just go and explore the things. We cannot explain each and every tools. It is a kind of self learning things we can explore. Okay, Kahoot is there, Summative is there, Quizlet, and nowadays we are very much focused on blended learning. It is a style of mixing of both positive things in the face to face as well as in the distance mode. So this is blended learning is called as so many things: hybrid learning, technology enabled learning. Summative is another online tools which can through which we can have some survey like thing. And this is Summative, and this is Kahoot we can do, and Quizlet is there. You can have a online assessment. See, each and every tool is having its own significance, its own merits, its own demerits. There is no doubt about it. It depends upon you how you are going to use that thing. Okay, and this is class dojo is there, and if time permits, I can go 20 to 30 minutes for everything. Okay, so and this is Edmodo is there. So this is final thing. If there is a, so we technology never going to replace teachers, but a teacher who use technology will probably replace teachers who do not. This is my concluding statement. Now it is open for discussion. If there is any queries or if there is any questions, you are most welcome.
Dear participants, please share your questions in the chat box. Our resource person will answer your question.
Yeah, you're most welcome. You're most welcome. Your questions are very much important, because that enable us. Sometimes I may not know. Sometimes I may not answer your question. In such a case, I can read more, and I can arrive conclusion about your questions. Since we are all learning professors, our learning starts from the womb of our mother, and it ends with the grave. கருவறை முதல் கல்லறை வரை நம்மளுடைய லேர்னிங் வந்து தொடரும். என்னைக்குமே அதுக்கு ஒரு எண்டு கார்டு யாராலையும் போட முடியாது. நான் எல்லாம் தெரிஞ்சவன் அப்படின்னு யாரும் சொல்ல முடியாது. எல்லாம் தெரிஞ்சவங்க யாருமே இருக்க முடியாது. Even I know one priest who is a guide of mine. I thought that he knows everything in my Microsoft Office, everything in Microsoft Word. One day I inquired about him about Microsoft Word. He told that, so I know only 1 or 2% of Microsoft Office. That much of things are there. மற்றது கையளவு கல்லாதது உலகளவு. Everybody is every of us is learning. If there is any queries or questions, you can ask. Can we get deleted attendance from Google Meet, sir? How we can change name to registered number in Google Meet? Sir, actually Google Meet, whenever you close the session, it will be in your Google Drive. It will be in your Google Drive. So knowingly or unknowingly, if you are going to Google Drive and you are deleting the thing, I'm not sure. I'm not clear. I'm not that much clear. I think we cannot retrieve that thing. So unless otherwise we are having undo facility. Okay. In some online storage like Dropbox, like sync like things, what they are giving is there is a reset mechanism is that we can reset our own drive, Google Drive thing to yesterday's situation, yesterday's level. ஸோ நேற்று எப்படி இருந்துச்சோ அதே மாதிரி எனக்கு கூகுள் டிரைவை கொடு அப்படின்னு சொல்லி அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஆப்ஷன் இருக்கான்னு தெரியல. ஐ ஹவ் டு எக்ஸ்ப்ளோர். அப்படி ஏதாவது ட்ரை பண்ணி பாருங்க. தட் we can do that. See, if you are going to give online sessions while we are going to for an online session, so kindly avoid too many pictures in your presentation. That is my request, not advice. I'm not sure that I'm not a expert in that field, and I'm not a person to advise you people. You're great people. So it is better you go for text based. Unless otherwise it is needed, it is important. Please avoid too many pictures or too many videos, too many animations in your PowerPoint presentation. You go for only text. Then it will solve the low bandwidth problem. And one more thing, you just ask the students not to switch on the camera. It will also, it is another way of avoiding the low bandwidth problem. So these are all the things that we can avoid the bandwidth problem. So which evaluation method is best for higher evaluation? See, now we are in a pandemic situation, and see, hot potato is a kind of self evaluation, and in Google Forms and other things we can have the score. Even in Kahoot we can have the score. So what we are in, say nowadays they are all at home. Okay, we are all conducting the exam, but I don't know how much it is reliable. I do not know that. I am not saying that everybody, those who are attending the online examination, they are opening the Google and they are searching the thing and they are attending the examinations. But this is the thing, in such a way, in such situation, self-evaluation may be the good one. And self-evaluation or based on the self-directed learning, this may be the good one. This is my view. It may differ with you, but difference of people may have a difference of opinion on that.
No more question means we come to the end of the session. It's a time for formal vote of thanks. I would like to thank our resource person, Dr. P. Muthupandi, Assistant Professor of Education, Madurai Kamaraj University, Madurai, for delivering a wonderful lecture on online tools for assessment. It was very useful and more informative, sir. I hope that all the participants enjoyed his lecture. Next, I must thank our head of the department, Dr. M. Jamal Mahmood Jafar, sir, and all the faculty members of our department for their constant support and encouragement for successful conduct of this 3-day faculty development program. Next, I thank all the participants for attending this 3-day faculty FTB program. Lastly, I thank Mr. Kannan, proprietor, Cargo Infotech, who gave us the technical support for using the Zoom platform. So thank you. Once again, thank you, all of you.
So thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, close பண்ணிடலாமா sir?
Okay, sir. Panilla, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay.